Before this video begins, I want to encourage you all to go and support the channel by checking out the new merch store down below in the description. Clicking that link will take you to the merch store website where you can find all the different card bundles I have themed around the channel for sale. You'll see card bundles of packs of 1, 3, and 5. Any of these purchases gives you the chance to also potentially win the rare 1-of-1 foil card. So check these out below. And now, let's get back to the video. Hello everyone, my name is Jesse, and welcome back to, this isn't really a, I don't know what to call this. It's not a, I guess it's an updated video. Yeah, we'll go with updated video. This is how to buy a Bakugan in the year 2024. If you've been on the channel for a while, you'll have seen that I made a video on how to buy Bakugan in 2021. I figured that while that video is still very applicable to today, let's do an update. Let's show some new tips and tricks, as well as just, you know, different sites, all that good stuff. So I have been in the Bakugan business for quite a while now, and I have developed a couple things that should help most of you guys find kind of what you're looking for. So I wanted to introduce a couple new things, but I also want to do some refreshers. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. If you've seen the first video from 2021, a lot of this may seem a little familiar, but I feel like it is also really important to establish. Let's look for a specific Bakugan. Let's say that you want to find a Aquos Minx Elfin, right? Very specific, I guess, but maybe that's what you're looking for. Maybe you like the anime, you really liked Elfin's character. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is go to the Bakugan wiki, because you want to be like, okay, what does Minx Elfin look like? And so you can use the Bakugan wiki or the wiki fandom. They're gonna give you very similar results, but here we go. Then now what's so great about the wiki is it's going to show you every attribute and give you more information on it. So here we have info, image gallery, and then if there's trivia. So first off, info. So if we scroll down to physical game, you'll see the different styles that Minx Elfin came in. So it says in Japan, the Pyrus version is the BST09, comes with 520. The darkest version comes in BST09, comes in 520. Interesting that that's just repeated, okay? The Aquos version comes in BST09 with 540, and the Aquos version in BBT04 comes with 500. The Ventus version in BST09 comes with 500 Gs, okay? So we know that there are at least Pyrus, Darkus, Aquos, and Ventus styles of Minx Elfin with those specific Gs. Now, I will say that the wiki does not do the best job at highlighting all of the different G powers, but for our sake, that's it. So next, we're going to go to the image gallery, and if you scroll down to the game, you'll see the different styles of Minx Elfin. So as we just saw on the wiki, we have Aquos, Darkus, Ventus, Pyrus, but we also have a special color Aquos Minx Elfin, which is more accurate to the anime. So I bring Minx Elfin up as an example because of this, where she's very niche in the fact that she's a Japanese exclusive, but she also has a special color. So it's important to do this research when picking out the Bakugan you want. The wiki also does a great job of including the pack. So if you want to buy a sealed pack, like there is a sealed Aquos Minx Elfin in a starter pack. So BST09 right there. So super useful in that aspect, okay? So now we have our Bakugan. And let's say we're not interested in the special color for now. We just want an Aquos Minx Elfin, okay? Well, I don't know how much those cost. I don't know where to get those. Jesse, what do I do? I have the answer for you. There are 3 websites I'm going to cover in today's video. The first and foremost, the most obvious one, I think, is eBay. Most people are probably going to go straight to eBay for these Bakugan, the reason being that they're old, you can no longer collect them. So if you're a collector who's collected the new toys and you're kind of getting interested in the old toys, you're going to have to go to some resale sites to find these. So the first place we're going to go is eBay, and eBay has some incredible filters where we can take advantage of to find exactly what we need and find a good price. So first off, let's type in Bakugan Aquos Minx Elfin. We're going to hit enter. And what pops up is what we're looking for. So we see a ton of different elfins that we can pick from, including some of the other evolutions and all that. But we have a couple options here. So we're seeing a Aqua Minx Elfin, which is what we want, for about 50 bucks. We see another one for $50, another one for $70, but it also comes with a card. And then we have one for 40, and then we're getting some that are almost 115. Interesting. So we also have some Pyrus in there if we decide to change our mind. So as you can see, we're looking at about $50 or $60 probably. What we can do though is filter this down to really get an idea of what we're about to buy. So we're gonna look for, there we go. Down here at the bottom, it says sold and completed items. If you click sold items, it'll automatically filter complete. And here we're gonna get a niche idea of what we're gonna pay. So this is 110, but an offer was accepted. This one was 50. This one was 40 plus shipping, okay. This one was a little under 50, 110. This was the anime accurate though, which is interesting. This one was also anime accurate. So what we're getting here is some pretty good examples of what price it's going to be. So it seems like if we want the regular Aqua Minx Elfin, we're going to pay about 50 bucks, 40 to 50 bucks. So my initial thought was a little off. And it looks like for the special colors, if we really want to go that route, we're going to pay about 110. That seems to be about the right aspect. And I want to bring this up too because it feels like I'm repeating some of 2021's video, but prices change. Bakugan fluctuate. Just because the price is this now doesn't mean next year it's going to be the same. Typically, I think unless they're in very high demand, the prices have roughly stayed the same. But keep that in mind while you're buying Bakugan. Because you never know. Here we have a price range of about 40 or 50 bucks, and that's on eBay. Well, what if we don't like eBay, or what if the seller doesn't ship to us, or what if we just want to look at other possible options? I also have the answer to that. So what we're going to do is go over to a website called Mercari. So I really like Mercari. It's very similar to eBay in a lot of aspects. There's honestly not much different except like how they do transactions. They don't actually pay their sellers until the item has been shipped and delivered to the buyer, and they've ranked it or sent it a rating. So we're gonna do the same thing here. Bakugan Aqua Minx Elfin, and we're gonna type that in and see what they have. I will say that Mercari has a bad issue with trying to get like only the sold Bakugan up versus for sale. So right now it'll be like almost the any status is up. We want to go for sale. So click that right there. And here we can see exactly what's being sold. So on Mercari of all things, there is not a single Aqua Minx Elfin for sale. Unfortunate. This happens. So there are items related to it if we want to look there, but there are actually no Aqua Minx Elfins. Let's see if there's any Minx Elfins for sale. Okay, so it does show 2 sold ones. So we can see that these were previously sold, and you can see their price. $60 for this is fantastic, actually. But 50 for this. Any for sale? No, just a lot right there, which has a one of the Mectanium Surge ones. So not even what we're looking for. All right, so again, it's very similar to eBay where you can just go and check the listing. I also encourage you guys to actually, like, when you're going to buy the Bakugan, make sure it's not broken. Make sure it looks good and it's what you want. Ask the seller for more pictures. You know, it's never, you know, it's always good to be careful. So Mercari was a bust, but Mercari is a great place to go as well. The last website that I want to bring up, which I think a lot of you guys have heard of, but you never know, maybe I'll teach someone something new, is buyee. So buyee is a Japanese proxy service. So if you're someone who does not live in Japan or does not have access to easily ship things from Japan, so if you live in the US like me, buyee is a great service to buy things from Japan. So how proxy services work is buyee has a warehouse where you'll shop, you'll buy an item. So in this case, if we want to buy a Bakugan, we'll buy a Bakugan. The item is shipped to the buyee warehouse where it will sit until you're ready to pay, and then it will ship over to the US. So there are obviously services and fees for that, especially when they hold it in their warehouse. I think they can hold it up for 2 months. I might be wrong. I really like buyee. I've gotten quite a few Japanese exclusive Bakugan from this place. They also give good coupons. So if you're a first timer, they probably won't make you pay for your first like shipping service, which is pretty nice. But you got to be careful here because you'll end up racking up a lot just trying to ship it over to the US through the shipping and import fees and stuff. So buyee, let's talk about it. So buyee has a lot of different options. So we have the Yahoo Japan auction. We have Yahoo Japan shopping. We have Mercari again, but this is the Japanese version of Mercari. We have some other ones called Rakuten, the Yahoo Flea Market, ZoZoTown, and eBay. Actually, eBay's new. I haven't seen that on here. We'll have to check that out. Typically, the ones I stick to are the Yahoo Japanese auction site, the shopping site, and Mercari. The flea market occasionally has something, but for our case, we're going to look at the auction sites first. So auction works how you think it works. You got to bid. But with buyee, there's a couple different things you can do. So first, let's just type in Bakugan, right? So we can type in Bakugan this way. And as you can see, we get all kinds of different Bakugan. There's lots and stuff. There's cards for sale. This is also a good place to get Japanese exclusives like Bakutech again here. One thing I have noticed that if you're not getting the Bakugan you want, so let's try this. Bakugan, Aquas, Minx, Elfin. Let's see if it even comes up. It didn't even let me write. Aquas, Minx, Elfin. Okay, and let's try that search, see if it comes up. So no results were found. A trick you can use on this website, and this goes for all the different stores and stuff, is if you go to Google Translate. So here we are on Google Translate, and if we switch this to Japanese right here, and we type in, let's see, Bakugan. All right, we gotta swap these. So if we translate from English to Japanese, we type in Bakugan, right? It's gonna give us this. So this is what Bakugan is in Japanese. Now, if we copy this and bring this over to the search engine in buyee, and instead of writing in English, we write in Japanese, we actually get some different results. Some of them are the same, but if they don't have the word Bakugan in them, which all of these actually do, this one doesn't, your opportunity to get other prices or other opportunities or other just like items in general is increased. So as you can see, this one had the word Bakugan, but this applies to everything. So let's go to Mercari right up here. Okay, nothing. Well, let's try Google Translate, and let's just do Minx Elfin. So we have Minx Elfin, and another good rule I'll show you here is, let's first search. Okay, anything. Ah, we got one. Okay, cool. So we got a keychain and then a Ventus one. So at least we have something. Another thing you can do if you're not sure that the Bakugan's being translated right is you can go back to the wiki, and the wiki will have the English name, and then it will also have the Japanese name right here. So pretty cool. Just make sure you get the correct parentheses, so make sure you don't actually get those, but that would be the name, and I believe it matches up. Yeah, it's pretty close if it's not. But as you can see here, it did pop up something. So this keychain right here, and then that. So unfortunately, there's nothing here. We can try Japan shopping, and we can type in Minx Elfin to see if we get anything. The shopping, from my knowledge, typically doesn't have much. Let's try just Bakugan. You get a lot of the new stuff. All right, we're gonna do that, and boom. So the flea market's actually got a lot. That's pretty cool. And so, again, prices vary. Sometimes just because they're Bakutech in Japan, they'll sell for lower than they would over here in the United States. So, if you're looking for a deal, might be the way to go. Categories, that. eBay. I actually haven't been on the Japanese version of eBay here. I don't know if it's any different. Oh, interesting. Let's try just Bakugan. It's about the same. If anything, it's just a little different. Well, I hope that answered some questions, guys. Again, it's always just about searching. Use the different variety of places you can go. These are all websites that I, for the most part, 100% trust. You know, once you start dealing with individuals or contacting individuals on like social media sites. It can get a little bit sketchy. If you do decide to do that, I encourage that you use PayPal or some other service that has a buyer's protection, meaning that if the item comes in damaged, isn't correct, or so on and so on, that you're able to return or refund the product just because you don't want to get scammed, or if your product's broken, you don't want a broken Bakugan. So I encourage you to use that. Again, I've had experience with all these different sites and they've been amazing. I haven't had any problems with them. Buyee surprisingly ships very fast considering it's overseas, and I only really have good things to say. Yeah, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like, drop a comment, and of course subscribe for more awesome content. My name is Jesse, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.